First, the top headlines. CM Kim Chan chairs meeting to discuss insurance of peace and stability in the state. Protests erupt at various places demanding self-release of 6 abducted Naga individuals. Manipur police says 288 SP capsules arrested during Operation Encapturing. SC6 replies on plea for 30% quota for women lawyers in government panels. Thirteen nations join counter-terror military exercise in Meghalaya. Modi discusses clean energy threat with Nordic counterparts. Vladimir Putin visits China to reaffirm Russia ties. Israeli forces intercept another boat with activists around 150 kilometers from Gaza. Donald Trump halts planned strikes on Iran at Arab leaders' request. Hello and welcome to ELITETV English News. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime Time Bulletin, and this is Dr. Aleza giving you the news in detail. Manipur Chief Minister Y. Kim Chan Singh on May 20 said that disarming people with firearms in all parts of the state was of urgent need. An official statement said. Yumnam Kim Chan Singh made the remarks during a meeting with a delegation of Tangkhul Naga community from Sinakaitel village in Ukhrul district, who urged him to deploy state police forces in the village in view of the tense situation in the area. The delegation was accompanied by Ukhrul MLA Ram Muiva of the Naga People's Front, along with village representatives who raised concerns over security arrangements. Residents demanded enhanced protection, adequate manpower at the Sinakaitel police station, and the proper functioning of sub-divisional collector offices in Sinakaitel. The village has witnessed multiple attacks allegedly carried out by suspected militants following clashes between Kuki and Tangkhul Naga groups earlier this year. Responding to the demands, CM Kim Chan Singh told the delegation that disarming individuals possessing firearms is not feasible under the law, and reiterated that dialogue and reconciliation remain the only path to resolving the crisis. A sit-in protest demanding the safe release of 6 abducted Naga men was staged at tribal market in New Chekon, Imphal East on May 20, under the aegis of the Naga Women Union. Protests were simultaneously reported across several Naga inhabited districts of Manipur, including Senapati, None, Ukhrul, Kamjong, Churachandpur, Chandel, and Tamenglong. A large number of protesters gathered at the demonstration site expressing anger over the continued captivity of the 6 men nearly a week after their abduction. Demonstrators carried placards reading "Human lives, not hostages," "Bring our people home alive," "Bring back 6 hostages safe," and "Don't test our patience." Speaking at the protest, Leang Mai Inpui Nagalong Imphal General Secretary Rushi Liu accused the government of failing to act decisively for the release of the abducted men who she alleged were being held by a suspected Kuki militant group. The protesters further alleged that delays in rescuing the hostages could escalate tensions and put the lives of the abducted civilians at greater risk.
The Kuki terrorists claim that Moi koi nupashing buphade haye. They claim that they didn't adopted our six brothers. So today we are strongly condemned that and in front of the government, and we condemn the militants thuna athuba matamda akoi brothers singbu release tobiyu, and we appeal the central governments and Manipur government to release the adopted brothers.
Villagers of Sangai Pro-Kawe village also took part in protest days on 20th May, demanding immediate safe release of the 6 Nagas who were reportedly abducted on 13th May by suspected Kuki militants. Protesters urged the state government and concerned authorities to take up immediate measures for the safe release of all the abducted individuals.
India government, Manipur government, Hosi Kari Tauri, I coin a loud base. I hagani hui mamanda haying na koi pai dona I koi se adom iwa tabi da dana laiba MLA Mantri Manipur gi amadi laibak India gi Prime Minister na pau mityeng amata pau hay amata pau hayrak da base I koi yam na pen de condemn we condemn act fast save life act fast save life Kuki militants.
Manipur Development Fraternity convener Lashram Jogendra Singh has appealed the general public to refrain from hoarding of petrol and diesel and later selling them in the black market. Addressing a press conference held at the Manipur Press Club on 20th May, Lashram Jogendra Singh stated that petrol and diesel are being offloaded at fuel outlets based on the daily requirements and no excess stock is being offloaded in fuel outlets. He stressed that normal supply of fuels including petrol and diesel will not be disrupted in the state and urged people to refrain from panic buying.
Depot that the Matic Chan at Loina House government official days to Mamma clarification later on in Matic Chan at Lady Habagi, other than a pumping in a normal normally, a queen of Lojabada do normally, my market capacity the sales of womatum the day. And do get up Javado dum normal sida dum lakani I think as no minisida Aduga Putta stock to Ragana Treble market at Tuana, Topon Loxalaga Hickas Hanaway Mom the Torpata, the pumping the zoo. Idea of whether to enough monetary company in a pyramid plate the April had it will of financially come to revising it to Yamkan which is hurt over a lady never.
10 church leaders from major Baptist bodies, namely Manipur Baptist Convention, Council of Baptist Churches in Northeast India, Asia Pacific Baptist Federation and Baptist World Alliance met leaders of the United Naga Council, Naga People's Organization and other civil society groups at the UNC office in Senapati on Tuesday, the 19th May. The meeting focused on the ongoing tensions in the region, particularly the issue of hostages. Following the interaction, the church leaders made a joint appeal to the United Naga Council and Kuki NP Manipur to ensure the immediate and unconditional release of those held captive. They said the continued detention of innocent people is causing distress to families and deepening fear and mistrust among communities. Stressing the need to protect human life and dignity, the leaders urged all parties involved to act with restraint and responsibility. They also called for peace and reconciliation, appealing to all communities to reject violence and work together towards restoring normalcy in Manipur.
As I have said that I think we should not believe in the rumors. That is number one. And there are also a lot of social media uploads. I think people should verify before believing all those propaganda. And if we can restrain ourselves.
We welcome the peace initiative and the gesture they have made to us. We have seriously know that, and of course decisions that lies with our highest decision making bodies. We will be considering on that, and in this regards we have made it very clear that we want peace.
Considering the difficulties faced by the stranded drivers along the stretch from Khongnem to Senapati, Mao Women Business Union in Fall came up with relief materials and distributed essential food items to around 200 stranded drivers on Tuesday, the 19th May. In connection with the relief materials distribution, President of the Mao Women Business Union in Fall, Kapaini Fojue, stated that the women sympathize with the stranded drivers and their helpers along the highway due to state unrest for the past 5 to 6 days. As a sign of their concern for those helpless drivers and their helpers, the president mentioned that they came all the way from Mao to distribute essential food items including rice, pulses, potato, and water. The women leader also appealed the state government and concerned authorities to find ways and means to bring an amicable solution to the ongoing unrest at the earliest possible. Janjatiya Garima Utsav 2026 was held at Kahulong on 19 May to serve a cluster of 4 villages, Bamgaijang, Chengdai, Kahulong, and Sangrungpang. D. Maidinbui, MCS and SDO Tamenglong stated that the event aimed to deliver essential services to remotest communities under the theme Sabse Dur Sabse Pehle. The program offered free health checkups and dispensed complementary medicines to needy patients. A large number of elderly and young residents attended and received medical attention and medicines and benefited from other services. A veterinary staff urged villagers not to rely solely on crop cultivation and encouraged them to diversify into livestock rearing cows, goats, and pigs. He highlighted government schemes and insurance available for livestock, stressing that animal husbandry can provide higher and more reliable income than field work alone. Together, 12 land departments set up stalls to provide information and services directly to the villagers, making departmental benefits more accessible to those in distant hamlets. Manipur police arrested 2 persons from the Padel Laimanai Chingjin area under Kakting police station in Kakting district on May 18 in connection with the recovery of suspected contraband substances. The arrested individuals were identified as TH Vini 52 and Ayola Singlai 55, both residents of Liwa Laikun village in Liwa Sarai area of Chandel district. According to police, a total of 288 SP capsules were recovered from their possession during the operation. Meanwhile, security forces continued search operations and area domination exercises in fringe and vulnerable areas across multiple districts of the state as part of ongoing security measures. The Supreme Court on May 20 issued notices to the central, states and union territories on a public interest litigation seeking at least 30% reservation for women advocates in government legal panels and law officer appointments. A bench headed by Surya Kant along with Justices Joy Malia Bakchi and Bipul M. Pancholi took note of submissions made by senior advocate and Supreme Court Bar Association President Vikas Singh before issuing notices to the center and other authorities. The petition was filed by Ladli Foundation Trust under Article 32 of the Constitution. It sought directions to the center, state governments, and public sector undertakings to ensure a minimum 30% representation for women advocates across all levels of government legal appointments. The plea covers appointments to Supreme Court and High Court panels, government law officer, post legal and panels, and empanelments under central and state government bodies as well as PSUs. A 2-week multinational military exercise involving defense personnel from 13 countries began at the Umrah military station in Meghalaya on Wednesday with a focus on counter-terrorism operations in jungle and semi-mountainous terrain. Named Pragati 2026, the exercise has brought together troops from India and 12 partner nations: Bhutan, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Maldives, Myanmar, Nepal, the Philippines, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. Defense Defense Pro Lieutenant Colonel Mahendra Rawat said the joint exercise aims to improve interoperability and coordination among participating armies through tactical drills, joint planning exercises, and simulated counter-terror operations in difficult terrain conditions. The Indian Army will also showcase indigenous defense equipment and innovations developed under the Center's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. The exhibition is expected to provide a platform for interaction between foreign contingents and Indian defense manufacturers while highlighting India's growing defense production capabilities. Now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Manipur के अहानबा न्यूरो पेशेंट्स के अमतंगाइरबा स्पेशलाइज्ड हॉस्पिटल न्यूरो इमरजेंसी ट्रॉमा नेट मल्टी स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल सिंगजाई मथक टोंगथाम लिकाई दा हांदुकचरे हॉस्पिटल असना मरुइना बीपी स्ट्रोक ब्रेन ट्यूमर लंबी की खुदोंगथिबा स्पाइनल डिस्क प्रोलैप्स स्पाइनल ट्यूमर अमदी माइग्रेन चिंगबा लायंगली हॉस्पिटल असदा न्यूरो की लायंग चंगबा अफबो मखल की खुसु खुलाई अमदी मेशिन मरांग कायदे लई मसिना कोक मरी लेनबा तोंगान तोंबा मखल की अनाबसिंग निंगथिना लायंगली लमदम मसिदा न्यूरो सर्जन यामना तांगरिबा मरमना चिंगमदी अराप मफमदगी लाकपा अनाबसिंग न्यूरो सर्जन उननबो होनबदा अवाबा क्या मायोंगदरी मसिदा सुनतना मतम थिंथना अनाबा लायंगना मरम ओरगा खुदोंथिबा क्या सुमायोंगदरी मसी पुनमक्तगी खरदो ओरबसु कन्ननबा डॉक्टर पार्किंसन सिंह एमसीएस न्यूरो सर्जरी एम्स न्यू दिल्ली ना मसामकी हॉस्पिटल असिदा पुंग कुनमरी लेदुना अनाबा सिंह लायंगली हॉस्पिटल असिदा अताबा ममलदा लायंग मतनतना ओपीडी जनरल अमदी आईसीयू बेड्स ऑपरेशन मेडिसिन एक्सरे अमदी लैब का मैली नबसनसु अताबा ममलदा फंगल्ली ngasi magdenshin biro amadi kudong saba singa silobiho hena kubam road gidamak hospital asigi telephone number 7005534166 natraga 8974572154 da pau phabirak biyagani
Competitive Success Academy Uripo Khosnam Laikaida Class 11 Science ki damak ming chanana bagi damak form thajare Counseling loba Class 12 ke examination da 16 position amadi 20 position puthokraba school ni Mahiroi singi damak kathoklaba well qualified oiraba oza singna takpi tambiri Mahi masingi damak hena matik jaba ama oinana bagi damak library gi facility leriba school ni Arapadi ki lakpa Mahiroi singi damak boarding gi facility su leizari Angang singbu hen haithoi sing thoina bagi damak co-curricular activities su matik sana hapchuri Mahiroi singna class 12 loiraga Z NEET thaning labasu maming lairaba LN Academy ga coaching partner oiduna chahi khuding gi medical amadi engineering gi mahiroi kayama puthokli lairikte haizeraga leitalairba angang singi damak fee concession pizabagaloinana relief camp ta lairiba angang singi damak tasu tonganba khudong chaba pizari hena phaba mahiroi singi damak tonganba scholarship ki khudong sabasu pizari
New Life Advanced Diabetes Healing and Wellness Healthcare Center na natural oiba pambai sing amadi matamga chunaraba khutsu khulai kya sizinaduna tongan balaina layong kaya mai pakna laying jari mafam asida laying jariba laina layong sing adudi diabetes, liver disease, arthritis, lutong chikpa naba, constipation, sinus, blood pressure, piles, gallbladder amasung kidney danung leiba kidney ga mari leinaba layong sing amadi asthma na singbani diabetes ki oina diabetes na ohelakpa khongkhu chikpa naba khongya saba tumba yadaba hakchang sokthaba na chingba layong khodimak laying duna chada mari futara manga gi chang da reverse toba ngamle constipation gi oina numitara manga ni da mapung phana phanba ngamle amadi blood pressure tha amadagi tha hum phawgi manungda normal ohanba ngamle ngasi maglengsin bio New Life Advanced Diabetes Healing and Wellness Healthcare Center Thangmaiban DM University gi makha thangba kabole kai nongchup akhoi contact number 9856148205
Khanghanjaba Jalbe academic session 2026-2027 gi oina class 11 science tamna bagdamak Photon School Kwakaichel gi oina admission form thajari sakhanglaba any board amadagi class 10 pass tawraba mairoi singna admission form lobiraga class 11 science ta tamna bagi school asida ming chanbiu mairoi singi mark amadi grade khetnabagi matung ina tongan ba mawongda khudong sabasu pijari Kwakaichel da leiba Photon School gi office ta lakpiraga akopa marogi damak tanabiu natragana school gi pijariba mobile number sing 7005588538 natraga 8837451193 natraga 7005303412 da call tobirau office hour gi matamna 9 AM to 2 PM.
Welcome back. Now moving on to the news. Preparations have commenced for the annual Ambubachi Mela at the Kamakhya Temple in Guwahati, one of the largest religious gatherings in northeastern India, with just a month remaining for the event. According to members of the temple's Doloi community, the 4-day festival will begin on the night of June 22, corresponding to the 7th day of the Assamese month of Ahar, and will conclude at sunrise on June 26th. Temple authorities have initiated preliminary planning for the annual congregation and are holding discussions with the district administration over security, crowd management, and logistical arrangements. The Mela is expected to attract lakhs of devotees, ascetics, and pilgrims from different parts of the country. The Mizoram Chemists and Druggists Association on May 19 warned that the unchecked operation of online pharmacies without a proper legal framework could lead to a sharp rise in the availability and misuse of addictive drugs in Mizoram and other parts of the country. Addressing a press conference in Aizawl, leaders of the association clarified that they are not opposed to online pharmacies as a concept but raised serious concerns over the absence of effective regulation and monitoring mechanisms governing online medicine sales in India. The association said its objections are centered on public safety and accountability rather than business competition. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday the 19th may discuss ways to further strengthen bilateral ties in areas such as clean energy, trade, sustainability, and digitalization during separate meetings with his counterparts from Iceland, Finland, and Denmark. The Prime Minister held the meetings ahead of the 3rd India-Nordic Summit. During his talks with Prime Ministers of Iceland, Finland, and Denmark, PM Modi discussed the overall trajectory of bilateral relations between India and the 3 Nordic nations. Russian President Vladimir Putin is traveling to China to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping less than a week after US President Donald Trump wrapped up his own trip to Beijing. Putin is scheduled to be in China on Tuesday and Wednesday in a visit likely to be closely watched as Beijing seeks to maintain stable relations with the United States while also preserving strong ties with Russia. The Kremlin has said Putin and Xi plan to discuss economic cooperation between the two countries but also key international and regional issues. The visit coincides with the 25th anniversary of the Sino-Russian Treaty of Friendship signed in 2001. Israeli forces intercepted one of the remaining Gaza flotilla boats, stopping the vessel when it was about 82 nautical miles from Gaza, according to the flotilla's website tracker. A live stream on the website showed Israeli forces in a dinghy pulled up to the boat called the Andros and activists with their arms in the air. The screen then went dark with a message saying the boat had been intercepted. A handful of ships were still within 100 nautical miles of Gaza and sailing toward it as of Tuesday afternoon. The Israeli Navy's new action resumed a day after the Israeli Navy interdicted the activist flotilla in international waters off Cyprus. US President Donald Trump has said he halted fresh strikes on Iran at the request of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, asserting that serious discussions were underway with Tehran that could lead to an acceptable deal. Trump made the announcement on Truth Social on Monday late afternoon without any reference to Pakistan, the mediator in the US-Iran war. Trump said he was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if the US could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 940-2890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram, and X for more information about the channel. And before we wind up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. CM Kim Chan-chia's meeting to discuss assurance of peace and stability in the state. Protests erupt at various places demanding safe release of 6 abducted Naga individuals. Manipur police seized 288 SP capsules arrested during Operation Encapturing. ASC 6 replies on plea for 30% quota for women lawyers in government panels. "13 nations join counter-terror military exercise in Meghalaya." Modi discusses clean energy threat with Nordic counterparts. Vladimir Putin visits China to reaffirm Russia ties. Israeli forces intercept another boat with activists around 150 kilometers from Gaza. Donald Trump halts planned strikes on Iran at Arab leaders' request. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.